What if I told you the end of humanity wouldn't come with fire, but with silence? No explosion, no alien invasion, no warning sirens, just gravity. Because somewhere in the dark between stars, rogue black holes are wandering through the galaxy right now. And statistically, one of them could pass through our solar system. Not tomorrow, not next year, but one day. And when it does, everything you know collapses, literally. Black holes aren't just sitting at the center of galaxies, like Sagittarius A star. Some are rogue, ejected from stellar systems, invisible, cold, detectable only by the way they bend light, or disturb nearby stars. Astronomers using microlensing surveys have already found candidates, isolated black holes, drifting alone in space. Our galaxy is huge. The Milky Way may contain millions of them. Most will never come near us, but never is not zero. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. It wouldn't need to hit Earth. It wouldn't even need to hit the sun. It just needs to pass close enough. Gravity does the rest. You wouldn't see it coming. No glowing portal in the sky. No dramatic Hollywood shadow. What we'd notice first would be orbital anomalies. Subtle changes in Neptune's trajectory. Tiny deviations in planetary motion. NASA would issue a quiet statement. Unusual gravitational disturbance detected. Markets would drop 3% that day. People would tweet jokes. Then astronomers confirm it. A compact object, roughly 10 times the mass of our sun, is entering the outer solar system. At that point, the question changes from, is this real, to, how close is it passing? Because distance is everything. Let's assume it passes far beyond Pluto. Earth survives, but the outer planets? Chaos. Neptune or Uranus, their orbits stretch, destabilize. Comets from the Oort cloud get flung inward. Suddenly, the Earth faces a centuries-long meteor bombardment cycle. Not extinction, but instability. Insurance markets collapse. Space agencies redirect all funding. Planetary defense becomes priority. The global economy enters permanent uncertainty. And psychologically, humanity changes. Because now we know. We are not alone in space, but we are not protected either. Now let's lower the distance. If a black hole passed through the inner solar system, even without touching Earth, our orbit could shift. Just 1%, and climate destabilizes. 5%, runaway ice age, or runaway greenhouse effect. No explosion, just agriculture collapse, mass migration, freshwater wars. And here's where inequality becomes deadly. If you're wealthy, you relocate, controlled environments, private bunkers. If you're middle class, you hope systems hold. If you're poor, you're exposed immediately. This isn't science fiction. It's systems pressure. Now, let's talk about the nightmare scenario. A black hole passing within the Earth-Moon distance. First, tidal forces. Not enough to destroy Earth instantly, but enough to trigger global mega earthquakes, magnitude 10 plus, supervolcanoes, tsunamis, power grids fail, satellites destabilize, GPS collapses, financial systems freeze. Because modern civilization depends on orbital stability, more than oxygen. Within a week, global GDP drops by half, supply chains collapse, food distribution stops, urban survival falls, Rural survival temporarily rises. Estimated first-year survival rate? Below 50%. Not from gravity, from systems collapse. Here's something terrifying. A black hole behaves like any object of equal mass. If you replaced our sun with a black hole of identical mass, Earth would continue orbiting normally. The danger isn't suction, it's trajectory. It's unpredictability. It's gravitational mathematics rewritten mid-flight. And there's precedent for extreme environments. Look at Sagittarius A star. Stars orbit it at insane velocities and survive. Consider S2, a star that swings close the Milky Way's central black hole and still endures. Even entire exoplanets have been found near extreme gravitational zones. The universe doesn't instantly destroy, it destabilizes. Slowly, relentlessly. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Money wouldn't save you from gravity, but it would buy you time. Time buys survival probability. Governments would likely impose orbital emergency protocols. Agencies like NASA would attempt trajectory modeling. But you cannot deflect a black hole. There is no Bruce Willis solution. The elite might attempt underground cities, private space habitats. But unless humanity becomes multiplanetary before impact, we all share the same gravitational fate. And that's the irony. For once in history, the ultimate threat doesn't care about politics, borders, religion, or stock portfolios. Gravity is the great equalizer. Eventually. Yes, possibly decades in advance through microlensing surveys and orbital deviations. Projects studying dark compact objects already scan the galaxy. But early detection doesn't equal prevention. It equals preparation. And preparation changes survival rates dramatically. With 30 human survival probability rises significantly. Without warning, civilization collapses before physics even finishes the job. So here's the thought that should stay with you tonight. The most dangerous object in the universe might be one that doesn't glow, doesn't explode, and doesn't announce itself. It simply bends reality until reality breaks. And statistically speaking, somewhere out there, one is already moving. The question isn't whether black holes exist. The question is whether one will ever cross our path. And if it does, will humanity be united or divided by who can afford gravity insurance? If you enjoy deep what-if scenarios grounded in real science, subscribe and stay with me. It genuinely helps this channel grow, and we're just getting started.